All right, so we need to modify our state so that once I drag an element, it remains in that particular place, right? So let's go over here, not the CSS file, sorry, in the list. On sort end is something that we are interested in. Okay, let's see what we are getting. So I'll for now just do console.log. What do we console? We console the old index, new index, right? Do this and open our console. Okay, and let's just say this goes to the top. So what do we have? I have 5 and then some weird thing. There is some problem, I guess. Oh, my bad. Let's try again. The last element is taken to the first and we get 5, which is the old index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth index is now the 0th index. Okay, so it gives you the old and the new. Fine. How do we use this to change our state? And that's where the array move will come into picture. We need to modify our array, the state. So let's take the state in a temporary variable. Let's say new to dos is equal to this dot state. Okay, I have already deconstructed it, so let's just say this dot state. Okay, the to dos are now mapped here. Then what we do is new to dos is equal to array move. Okay, I send the new to dos and I send the old index and the new index. Okay, I will get the final version, and what I can now do is this dot set state to dos will be this. Let's try it out. This comes here, this is working, this comes over here, right? And even the functionality is working for marking things complete. So the basic how do you say, the basic listing and its reordering is done. We are updating the state as well. However, the last thing that we need to do is work on the update of API, right? So that it can be saved into the database. So to update the sequence into the database, we need to make an AJAX call and update the order, right? So let me get back to the list. On sort end, right, what we will do is we are setting this state and then we will call a function. So this dot handle change order, and we'll pass the old index, new index. So we need to define this function. Copy the parameters here, and let's see now what do we want to do here. First of all, if old index equals new index, then we return. This will happen only, let's say, if I came over here, I said okay, what, it needs to be here, but then I put it back here. In that case the index doesn't change, right? So we don't need to process anything because now we will be making AJAX calls. Next thing is, if there is a difference between the old index and the new index, we get the to dos. Then we create a new variable. Okay, it's an empty array, and then we do a for each on the to dos. Okay, and in here we will do new sequence dot push. We'll push an object where id is todo.id and the order will be index plus 1. Our index starts with 0, right? However, the order will be 1, 2, 3 like this, because in the database we are not saving it as 0. So once this is done, we need to make an ajax call. So let me save this, and first let's quickly create the API code. Okay, so we'll come over here, we'll create a post route which will be to do slash reorder. We'll use the to do controller and this. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, once we get the request object, let's us assume we will get order as an input variable. So request input order. We can do a validation if required. This validate $request order is required and needs to be an array. Okay, so we have the order, and then we need to update multiple how do you say, multiple to-dos with the new order number, right? So we need to do it in a for each loop. I am not able to find out a way where I can mass assign values with different conditions, because in our case what will happen is id, let's say, is 1, order is 5, id is 2, order is 3, like this, which I was not able to get. So we will do db transaction. This way at least it will be efficient, because the entire query will be executed in one shot. So $order, we will need to use this, and in this we do for each $order as $value, oops, to do find value id, update the order column with value or order. What exactly have I done? So I'm going to send an array, which is this new sequence, which will have id and order. Okay, and so when I get that, I do a for each loop, I find a to do with that id, I update it. Okay, straightforward. So now URL service, because we have introduced a new URL, I'll copy this. Okay, and let us name it change to do order URL, to do slash reorder. That's our URL. To do service. I'll copy this, and we need to create a new function in this service. Let's name it change to do order. The parameter will be order. Okay, and the URL which we just created is this change to do order URL, and we will make a post call. We send the URL, we send the order. Okay, our key will be order as well, and let's just say to change order of the to-dos. Okay, and in here we need to call the to-do service dot change order. Okay, and in change order we pass this new sequence. All right, now let's see. The first one is design a new theme. Fine. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth one, right? So let's just pick it up, send it here. An Ajax call was made. Okay. In network tab, we don't have any error. So now if I refresh, we get the check your message and notifications on top. So this is how we have done it. Let's say we will try once more. We'll take this one up, right? Take this down in the middle, and then these two. Hit refresh. So we have let theme shine like a star, then the design a new theme, check your message, make theme responsive, and these two. And yes, that's the exact sequence that we are getting back, because now we have persisted the order in the database, and things are kind of done. So yeah, this is how the listing of the to-dos along with their UI and the reordering is done. The next part which I need to work upon is the add new item, which we will see in the next subsequent series of videos. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.